welcome back to Myammee TV. Today, you guys, you are about to witness something new, a review of a TV series. Like, I've never did a review of a TV series ever in my entire life. This series right here, okay, Love Is on is just, I was just blown away. I just want to continue to talk about it because that first episode, if you didn't watch the first episode, I'm going to need you to watch the first episode because the first episode will bring you right into all of my fellow single people out there. You know, all of my fellow, how do you say, like I said on social media, all of my fellow,
What about you? Where are you from?
The Bay.
hopeless romantic. And to all my fellow hopeless romantics out there, you know, we're here. Like, we just love, right? And even though we may be a little single, we still love regardless. So before I even get into this review, I just want to say this is a true story. For those who don't know, you know, this is a true story about the Achilles, right? Mara and Salim. I think that's his name, Salim. I know it ain't Salim. Now, I always followed Mara because I just thought she was just a beautiful woman. She was like down to earth. She seemed like somebody, you know, that was just so chill. Like, I looked to her like a far away, like auntie type of thing. Like, she is so like, if you have not watched her talk or just her mannerisms, like, you will fall in love with her too. So anyway, I had been following her for a while now, and I always just keep up with her because I just thought her and her husband was just so dope and how they work together and how they do all of these shows together. And then when they created Mary Jane, I really fell in love with them because I just love Mary Jane, being Mary Jane, period. Like, that's my show. Okay, shout out to Gabrielle Union for that one. But they actually created that show. So just to see them coming from, you know, and I didn't realize the girlfriends thing until after the game situation. When I realized they did the game too. And just to see that they did like all of these things and all of these shows and even took part in some movies. Like, I just thought it was so cool to see a black couple, right? Still work together, still on this passion mission type of thing. Like, that's their passion. Like, they love to create. And me as a creator, you know, you want to see that. You want to see that people who create can be together. Like, it's just so dope. Okay. But anyway, to the review on why I love this show is because I feel like this is something very pure, very, just needed for our culture as black culture, as seeing two people who are years down the line still together and still working together. When people always say, well, not always, but like a lot of times you hear people say, you know, it's not good to work together, right? It's not great to work. You should not be working together and like all of this stuff. And oh yeah, I miss my sweats, child. I am in my sweats and my t-shirt. I got food right here that I'm gonna eat in a minute. I didn't want to like be smacking in front of y'all, but I'm about to eat this in a minute. Cause we here like we chilling, right? Like, this is just a review. It's probably gonna be longer than the other ones because this is like a little intro, but I just love them. And again, I just feel like on the network, they needed this too. Like, it's just so like smooth. Like, when you watch it, you're gonna, you know, go like this. Like, you're gonna keep watching it. So, and when I first watched it, I just fell straight in love with it. Like, the first episode was so amazing. From the intro, just how it came on and how she said that he helped her discover herself. Like, that was already a boom, draw in. You want to keep watching, you know. And then the whole story opens up from them first meeting each other and how she was just so passionate about what she was doing, how she was in a coffee shop and how he was introduced to her through the homeboy. Like, that was like a little crazy little thing. But and then for it to flash, and she gets this amazing job working on the Moesha set because she was one of the writers on Moesha. And I watched Moesha. Like, that was a real good show. I love watching Moesha growing up because she had like some real moral things that she had going on. Like, I love the way she used to handle her little situations and the guys and like all of that. What I loved about Moesha, she wasn't like too fast and she wasn't like they always talked about sex on there, and at the time in my life, like, I was still a virgin, so Moesha was just a foundation for me in my life growing up. You know, Moesha and Clueless, by the way, like that helped me keep my life together. You know, long story, but I just love this show, you guys. Like, for him to have the swag that he did, like, he was so confident. Ladies, like, even though the guys might not have everything, like the checklist, like, if a guy is confident about himself, he knows exactly what he wants, even though he's not there, but he's willing to put in that work. Like, that is so, like, I felt the confidence through the doggone screen. Like, I felt like how he stepped to her, like, and he wasn't rude. He wasn't like a meathead or nothing like that, like just too rude now, like you just too confident, you getting beside yourself. Like, he was just enough confidence and was okay with expressing himself. I thought that was just super sexy. Like, I see why she had probably married him. Like, he had just enough confidence, right? And so far what we see, he had just enough drive. He kept that going no matter, what was that other girl that he was staying with, his roommate, who she basically had made fun of when they was like in their older character selves. She was like, oh yeah, tell them about your little roommate. So yeah, I may be a little bit all over the place because I never did like a series review. Nuri, I love that she was open about herself. Like, listen, I'm not finna be tied down to no one dude, and these dudes ain't out here doing nothing right, okay? And not even that, I haven't found really the one, even though she was waiting on the guy in New York, I believe, to get his life together, and while she was out here dating and not really sleeping with nobody, like, I thought that was kind of like different to hear. So to see her flourish because she was on Moesha, how she brought her house, she had her car, she cut her hair, she had her life together. Like, I thought that was real cool to see that as well. Of course, we always see strong black women. And to see that unravel for her to fall in love with this guy who is just trying to get his life together, who knows what he wants at least. And when he called his mom, y'all, and he just needed somebody to tell him to keep going, like, that hit me, because sometimes it's entrepreneurs or sometimes it's people when you're going after things and your family just don't support you, like, y'all, it's just a feeling that I can't even express. Like, that feeling is crazy. So for him to have that, and a lot of us who really don't have that big, huge support like that, like, it hit me and I started crying just a little bit. And because sometimes you do get low, like, it's like, oh my God, am I doing the wrong thing? Like, am I really wasting my time? Like, am I ever gonna get there? Like, I know this passion is in me to do it, but I'm not getting nowhere with it, you know? So I felt how he felt about that, you know, like, you do want to hear the people who love you, want to hear them say, you're doing the right thing, like, keep it going, like, you're going to be fine, like, you know, you're just going through a rough patch, but keep moving, like, don't give up. And that was just such a good, like, that for me was something that I needed to see personally. So I'm happy they added that part in there. And the girl that he was staying with, like, she got real hot because the men didn't want to sleep with her. Like, girl, don't be so thirsty. You know, like, you getting hot, you gonna tell the man to get out now because you done walked in here with these underwear on, and it's underwear, okay, not panties. She done walked in here with these underwears on. She walked in here with these underwears on with this little bra. And he didn't want her, like, because he had just left an amazing dinner with this lady, with this woman, who he just finds, like, beyond attractive and beyond the layer of attractiveness, right? Because she's doing something that he want to do, and he see that it's possible that it could happen. Like, I think that's, like, one of the main things, because he see that it was a possibility that it could happen for him. If it's happening for her, it has to happen for him, right? That's what I took out of it. And not only that, oh my God, I swear my neighbors wait till I record. While my neighbors are in the hallway. Yeah, I hit them right. Like, so good. So, like, them in that coffee shop to like 4 a.m., that's how you know you got somebody that is really worth speaking to and wasting your time with. Not really wasting your time with, like, adding your time to and really getting to know somebody even more, because if you could talk to 4 a.m., you got somebody, like, important, for real. But let me back it up some. When he went to go visit her in that furniture store with them underwear on, right? Of course, we know how it was in the 90s, where people used to wear them tight little biker shorts or whatever. So him trying to pass off the biker shorts, the underwear as biker shorts, that was hilarious. But he walked up in there with his head high, as if nothing was happening. Like, he was confident in himself. He knew who he was. He knew who he was at the time, And he knew who he wanted to be, so that makes you feel like, you know who you are, no matter if you are there or not. When they exchanged phone numbers, and when we gave her the phone number, I was like, girl, just call him. And when her friend at work said, don't call him, like, don't waste that man's time, I was like, girl, you better call him, because don't let nobody tell you not to call somebody when you really feel like you want to call them. Like, people, we too grown for that. I don't have time I want to go with what my heart says, period. So I'm happy she did call. And I'm happy they did meet up. And even though she wanted to give him back the ticket, I'm happy how it ended. Like, how he spent that thing. Like, he was just so smooth. Okay? Just how that whole thing ended. The whole first episode, I'm sorry, you just got to give that whole episode just an Oscar. Okay? Or whatever they do with the daytime series, just give them the award, because that love story right there was so, just from that part. And I know it's probably gonna be some drama coming up, of course. But Mara actually said, the wife, the real lady, she was like, that first episode is like 90% true, right? And speaking of 90% true, I want to know if the cow thing was true. Like, Mara, I need to have some answers. Mr. and Mrs. Akil, I need to know if the cow was really real. Like, did he really want a cow? And does he have a cow now? Like, what's the cow mean? Like, what is the point of the cow? Like, I'm trying to figure out, is it like organic milk? If you're ready to cut it up, it'll be organic meat, because it's in your, it's in your yard. So it's kind of like organic, right? I don't know. But he said adopt, so I don't think they're going to kill it. I don't know why he wanted the cow. So maybe that's the 10% that's not true. You would never know, maybe. But I want to know. And then towards the end, I just boo-hoo crying. Like, after the scene wrapped, I boo-hoo started crying, because at the end, the older character who played Yasir, he took off his glasses. He started tearing up, because he was like, she saved his life. Like, I have to find out how she saved his life, okay? And so I have to find out. So I hope I haven't had salad in my teeth the whole time. But I have to find out, how did she save his life? I want to know, how did she save your life, sir? Because you were so emotional. I felt that. So not only is Yasir's older character is a good actor, Yasir's younger character is a good actor too, but he makes you want to watch what's coming up for next week, okay? I want to know what's coming up next week. I'm ready, it's Tuesday here already, because it's taking too long. I'm addicted. It's taking too long. What do you guys feel about the show, right? Because yes, us ladies want a man who can at least do the things that we can do for ourselves. But then sometimes there's nothing wrong with somebody who can do something for you outside of the money part. Meaning, can they make you feel some type of way? In a good way. Can they be spiritually connected to you? Can they bring out the best in you? Can they bring out something that probably was there and you didn't know how to bring out yourself, but that person is now there and they're helping you discover who you are without make you into somebody that you cannot recognize, but realizing you are just becoming a better you, and you already had felt that inside. Like God already had gave you that little inkling to say that's the type of person you should be, and this person just really just pulls it out of you after y'all go through whatever, but you still realize like this person is for me. And I'm excited to watch this show. I have to see how it pans out. They've been married for a very long time, and it shows that all couples who work together does not mean you're not going to work out. Like they said, I watched the interview with them and Oprah, and it's just all about what you guys, I guess it seems like it's all about the couples, because every couple isn't the same. Every couple isn't the same, and every outcome isn't the same. Every blueprint isn't the same. I just love anyway. So this whole little story is just like, you know, it's refreshing. It's so refreshing to see. Like the feel of it is just so refreshing. See, I went through everything. Her friend, her mama, walking in the house. Oh my God. I don't know what I would have did when my mom walked in the house and had my key. My mom is no longer here, but if she was to walk in my house and somebody was in my bed, I don't even know what I would have did. Like, I don't know what I would have did. Like, that was crazy. But her mama seems like she just cool and just down to earth. So, and she wasn't even trying to check for him anyway. But that was just like, her mama is in her life, which is a dope thing. Well, on that episode. Did I miss anybody else? Oh, the way he had her feel at the coffee shop when they met up to get something to eat or drink or whatever. The way he had her feel about like her dad, because her dad went in jail or whatever. When you find somebody who can, like, y'all can relate on a whole different level, not like a regular level, that person is worth the time, because that's how that was so good. But that person is worth the time because they could pull out that vulnerability out of you and make you realize that's something that you need to just deal with or address sometimes, and like recognize and acknowledge sometimes. Like, that junk was cool, because it's nothing like finding somebody who can relate to like some of your flaws, that you think you have a flaw, or have somebody that don't look down on you when you reveal something about yourself that isn't like the greatest thing. Because having people that look down on you and remind you of things, like, that's something in them that they have to worry about. So when you have somebody that's always down on you like that, like, let them go. Because one, either they're hating or they're jealous or there's something, like, it's something about that that's just not healthy to have in a relationship. So when you get somebody who says, oh, I understand that, and it makes you feel comfortable because that's something that you see as a flaw or something negative that you don't even want to discuss in your life, but when they hear it and they see it and they feel it, it's just a beautiful thing, because now you're being your real self. You know, like, I think that's one of the things that we all want. We want to be with somebody who we could just be our true selves with, no matter what happened in our past, no matter what happened with our families. Like, if you could just reveal that stuff and somebody looks at it and say it's nothing to them, like, keep them in your corner. Like, that's not like the end all. You know, it could be a whole bunch of other stuff that you ain't like or you're not gonna like. But that's something that's like hard to come by, man, because some people, when you open yourself up to people, and the problem with that is that you never know who will accept you for you until you open yourself up. Like, that's the hardest thing, right? Because you have to get vulnerable to see if somebody will accept that or acknowledge that and love that about you and support you about that, you know. So that's the most scariest thing in love, is being vulnerable. Because you want to be vulnerable. You want to give that stuff, that type of thing about yourself away, just to see if that person will really love the real you, you know? And when it comes out that when you're so vulnerable and you have opened up yourself, and that person really makes you feel like the opposite of what you should be feeling, that's your clear indication that that's not the person for you, because you should not be getting unloved for who you are and what's part of you, or looking down on somebody telling you all the time like you should change that. Like, you know, like that ain't love. So for him to do that in the beginning of this whole thing, I'm with her like, girl, just tell him you love him. I don't know if they was thinking about playing a role, like meaning to playing a role, like because they're both writers at that time, in that moment they felt like they were both, you know, they're both writers, and maybe he thought, you know, just say it, it's okay to say it. Like I probably would have said it too, just to say it. I don't know, or maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know what I would have did if I was her. But it was just good to see. It was a good beginning of an episode, and it was a great end of an episode with him taking off them glasses and crying and saying she saved his life. So you guys, please leave some comments below. You know, I'm a go through this again and get better at my series review and see if I can like stay on course with things or something like that, because sometimes I can be like all over the place when I first begin doing something. So sorry about the food. Maybe I would incorporate food and make sure I eat it real quickly, or just leave the food out of it, period. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. It depends on what time of the day I have to record, and make sure the record is done before I start editing. But I hope you guys continue to watch Love Is on every Tuesday at 10 o'clock, because I'm going to be tuned in. And you guys can find me on Twitter. Maybe I would tweet live during the episode, and then make sure I film this, shout out, I talk to y'all about tweets, maybe post the tweets here. And we could just talk together. And because this show is real good. Like, this is not just nothing to just do. This is something because I really believe in the show. Like, I believe in a real couple who is sharing their real life. Well, you know, not 100% of it, but their real life, a little aspects of it, just to help other people realize that love is whatever you have to make it. You know, like, love is there. It's up to you to catch it, to listen to yourself, to be open to it, to be prepared for it, the good and the bad and the ugly. And also the greatness of it, you know. So I'm excited. Like, I'm ready every week with your girl. That's it, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and just let y'all know that I'm finna start doing these reviews, and maybe I'll do it a little better the next episode and have more to talk about. But this episode was just so feel good that it ain't nothing else good but to talk about how good it was, you know. I ain't worrying about the little girl he was staying with. I'm not worrying about his friend. You know, I ain't worrying about her friend at work telling her not to waste nobody else's time. I ain't worrying about that. I'm worrying about how they started this series. It's real good. So, see y'all next time. Make sure y'all come follow me on social media. All my links are below to my social media. Of course, it's just simple. You could just search Myammee on social media and just find me. I don't think nobody else name is Myammee on social media besides me, and if it is, make sure you find the Angela in front of it, which is my real name, Angela. But yeah, man, I will see you guys soon. Thank you all for watching this review. Well, this after dark talk, or whatever the case is. And I'll see you guys next week. You'll catch me in my sweats and my little t-shirts, and we just chilling. We just gonna talk. We just gonna enjoy and take in this goodness that OWN TV has created for us grown folks to watch. Okay, something positive, something thought-provoking to think about. I'm in love. Okay. See y'all later. Next time.